Hello there, beautiful people, and welcome to crafting. Oh, what? Hmm. Just doing it, okay. Hello there, beautiful people, and welcome back. So today we are going to be making a cushion for a window seat, something I've never done before. I don't know if I can, and I don't know how to sew very well, so it's gonna be exciting. Did you see any boogies in my nose? Nope, my nose is clear. Cute, cute, cute. So yes, my friend Karen, hi Karen. She has a house and it's new, and she has this cute little window seats, a little bay situation, and I love it, but it's a little not cushiony. So she asked me to make her a cushion, and I'm going to try my darndest. We will not be sewing because I do not have a sewing machine in my possession right now. The last time I used one, it ate my fabric and screamed at me, and so I am scared. But we're gonna move on. Why don't I show you guys the materials? So here we have our 2-inch thick foam. I have my tracing, like my cutout of the actual seat, scissors, a pen, fabric glue, these T-pins, I don't know if I'll need them, but we'll see, measuring tape, adhesive glue, also don't know if we'll need that, but we'll see, and then the actual fabric, which is this like kind of jersey, stretchy, off-white with navy blue stripes. So with all those materials, I'm going to try to put this together. So I have already outlined her actual window, and what I did was take a roll of craft paper and I just like shoved it into her window seat. Ooh, I'm itching my head. I'm so sorry. I got a little edge back there. Anyways, I shoved it into the window seat, used a marker, Sharpie. Hey, this is going so well. Use a Sharpie to trace the outline of all of her little crevices. It's got a lot of little dips and doodads in it. I definitely tried to follow all the dips and doodads, but I don't think that's just like practical. So what I'm going to cut out from these pieces of foam is going to not be the exact dimensions of the exact situation. And she advised me, worst comes to worst, just go smaller than larger, because you can always it'll still fit in there if it's too small, but if it's too large, problems. So that's the goal. I got these 2 pieces of foam from Joann Fabrics. They were on sale, and I think they came to like $24, $16, $17, maybe around 20 something dollars, not really sure. I'll leave my receipt here. And thankfully, after doing some finagling, I believe that those 2 pieces will just be enough. My fabric glue, I believe, is from Walmart. Scissors, you just need a good pair of scissors. Craft paper is in the dollar store. T-pins are from Walmart. Fabric is from Walmart. It was one of the pre-cut rolls that they do, and this was 3 yards for $8. And the craft adhesive spray is also from Walmart. So I'm just gonna prop y'all up, and if I need to speak to y'all, I'm gonna let my voiceover do it, because we are going to work through this together. But I think it's gonna go okay. We're gonna do something. Okay, I'll let you watch it. All right. Alrighty, so we're going to start by laying the foam pieces next to each other, then putting the our cutout on top of it, and I used the T-pins to hold it down flat. Then I took a pen and just drew a line that traced outside of the paper onto the foam, and now I'm just taking my scissors and very carefully, please do not cut your guys self. What? Please do not cut yourself, guys. You just be careful, regular safety precautions, please take them and use them. So I'm just going to cut through these 2 inches of foam, and prior to cutting out, I did measure it with just my measuring tape to make sure that my leftover fabric would cover the remainder of my pattern, because there's about let's say about like almost a foot hangover at an angle. I guess it's like a trapezoid that's left over. And I just wanted to make sure that my two pieces would be able to cover that. And thank you, Jesus, they did. So now I'm just going to cut out that piece. With the adhesive spray, I am going to now attach these pieces, and you just want to make sure that you are keeping all of your pieces together when you're cutting so that it's the right cuts, and also that you are doing it so that it's the top or the bottom, however your piece needs to be situated. Just make sure that you are having it face the right way. So what I learned from this adhesive spray is, number one, it's bomb, but number two, you need to give it a couple seconds to get tacky before you attach it. So what you'll see quickly through this sped up version is just that when I first tried to put the two pieces together, it was way too wet, and so they just kind of slid and did not stick. But once I gave them a second to get tacky, then it attached just fine. And I also read the instructions. Always read the instructions, guys, but it didn't tell me anything about waiting, so that's just a little extra tip. You're welcome. Hello there. So it's a new day, it's new me. It's 2 days later actually, because yesterday I recorded myself doing half of the covering with the fabric, and my phone decided that it maxed out, and so all of my 42 minutes of footage was deleted. How much fun is that? Oh my god. So I'm just gonna recap you guys real quick on what happened, and hopefully with a new camera we can capture this other side. So I'm gonna turn y'all around. Give me a second. All right, so say hello to her. She is beautiful, she is working, she is loving and living life. Yes. So basically, what y'all saw me finish doing was gluing all of these together. So all my pieces were glued together, and all I did was just lay out my fabric. Then I laid my foam piece on top of that. Then I cut enough so that I could have plenty of overlap, and I guess you would kind of call it seam allowance if we're going to talk in sewing terms, but once again, we are not sewing. This stuff is the bomb, and this stuff does not act as quickly as the spray, but it too is bomb. So those are the items that I have been using. What we will be doing today is finishing off, cutting off the excess fabric, and getting the rest of this corner and the back end to attach to each other and to the board, to the, what's this thing called? This foam. One thing I have learned in the process is that if you spray too much, it makes a soil spot, and that soil spot does not dry clear. It still kind of stains the fabric. So with a darker fabric, I think you could hide that, but since this is like an off-white color, it shows more. So just beware of that, and you don't want to spray, spritz it sparingly. Also, I don't know which clip it was in, either the one y'all saw or the one that's gone, but I did intentionally and initially plan to spray this part so that the fabric wouldn't move, but because of that potential for the staining, I am just going to make sure that my ends and edges are nice and taut so that it won't move anywhere, but I really don't want to spray on any part of this that will be exposed. Let me show y'all. So this is what I'm so sorry, I'm joking. There's been something caught in my throat for the past hour. Anyways, so this is what the other side is looking like. She is not the best, but she is not the worst. So I was able to get this edge folded over here nicely, so that's the bottom. This side needs to be pinned, glued down a little bit more. I'm going to add a little piece of fabric just to patch that up. I will try not to make the same mistake on the other side. What I did here is I just cut in too deep, so it exposed that foam underneath. And this side, I just finish gluing. Also, not the best, but not the worst. So yeah, so we are just going to keep making our way around. So enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to pull the fabric taut and cut right above where that little ledge is, I guess we're going to call it. And then I'm just going to kind of finagle the fabric around to see how I want to wrap this. And you really want to think about this like wrapping a present. So as you can see, I cut it to and we're going to call it the ledge. Cut it to the ledge, glued it, and cut off the excess for the bottom. And the great thing is that your bottom can be messy because no one's going to see that. And then you want to cut off the excess for the other bottom just so you have less fabric to handle all at once. And then once again, spray it. Finagle it, of course, first to make sure that you get it to where you want it. And don't mind my shoe. I just use this to fan the spray dry so that it gets tacky a little bit faster. And once again, I'm just going to keep cutting off the excess. This next cut here is the most important because this is where I messed up on the other side. On this top layer of the fabric, I cut too deep in, so I cut too close to the actual foam, and that's how I ended up with that exposed little bit of the foam. So what I'm doing here is very carefully figuring out how to tuck my fabric around my ledge but also still cover up the whole side. So that's what you're seeing me do here, and I'm just trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to fold over the edge so it's a nice finished edge, and will I have enough fabric? And this is just where you want to be the most cautious. I think the rest of this process is more forgiving, but this is really where it gets you. And as you can see, I just put in the T-pins to kind of hold the fabric in place, and that's something really helpful for you, just to kind of make sure that things don't start moving on you. After you fold over that front edge, which is basically making a hem, you're just going to spray it, let it get tacky, and then glue it down, making sure that you keep that hem intact. And then you're going to flip your piece over and cut off any excess fabric, and then you can start to glue down your kind of finished hem on this back end however you need to. I had fabric so I could roll it over, but if you don't have that fabric to roll it over, just stretch your fabric enough so that will cover all the way up the sides and give a aesthetically pleasing look to the sides of it. But this bottom part, once again, it won't be seen, so if it needs to be a little bit messy, let it be messy. To finish off this project, I'm going to flip it over and continue the same method that I've been using for the rest of this piece. And I'm going to tug at the fabric that's on the back side and glue that down to the actual foam, cutting off any excess as needed, and then finishing that off by tugging on the top layer and gluing that to the now fabric and cutting off the excess and hemming it, and your piece will be complete. Okay, so that is how it turned out. I am so shocked and impressed by myself. I really did not know how it was going to go. Karen absolutely loved it. It fit just a little bit as like an over gap over the little ledge. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but she loves it. I loves it. I loves it. I love it. And I hope y'all enjoyed watching this video. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions about the process, please comment down below. Remember, the backside, let her be in the back because ain't nobody gonna see that. But you just want to make, your top side be presentable. And she says it's super comfortable, and I'm so elated. So if you like this video and you want to see more things like this, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe. And also, save us all, save yourself, wear a mask. Okay, bye.